it's me, Nihle/T, and I hope you're all doing well and safe wherever you are. It's been a while since I've done a body review, so I'm back and I will be reviewing the Maitreya LaraX body. So I think by now most of you know about this body. I think it's been a year now since this body has been out. Many creators have made clothing for it, so that's great. So how to get this body? So there are two ways. If you previously owned the Maitreya Lara body, I think it's version 5.3, you could go to a redelivery on your HUD and you will get the body, or you could go to the main store and purchase the body. So it was actually very generous of the creator to actually give this as a free update to people that already owned the previous Maitreya body. But let's look at the folders. So we'll be comparing both bodies and what you will get in the folders. Let's see. Perfect. Okay, so on my left I have the Lara 5.3 and on my right I have the LaraX. Big difference in terms of inventory space. I like that with the Lara we have less things in our inventory compared to the 5.3. I think most people hardly ever used most of the things that came with the body with the Lara 5.3, but you get your basic lingerie so that you don't walk around naked. You had your alpha, you had your bomb parts hat, you had your bomb parts add-on, you had the hat, you had the body itself, you had your layers, and you had an older version if you didn't want the 5.3. Then you had a safe stick, and then 30 layers and more basic lingerie. In the newer one we have physics, we have an alpha layer as well, we've got an extras package HUD, and then we have the HUD and the body. We have the safe stick again, of course the note card, and the feet shape. Now let me just add the HUD of the older one just so that we can see the differences. I'll go through that later on. Now in your LaraX, one thing that I noticed is that in the LaraX Extras Unpacker HUD, instead of having all these other things be part of the folder, they have put it nicely inside a HUD to minimize space, which again, love that. You will find your applier layers, your bomb add-on parts, which was in the previous body. Now you have your velour bomb skin. You've got the original Lara, so that will be your 5.3, and then you have your Adams lingerie, blueberry lingerie, and then your velour lingerie. So that's great. One thing that I am disappointed, surprised, no, disappointed, yes, the velour bomb skins is not complete. For instance, I wear chocolate, so the tone for velour that I wear is chocolate, and they did not have chocolate in that skin package. So that was, the same also goes for their HUD. I'll show you guys that later on, but they don't have chocolate. They do have quite a few tones, so that's nice, But yeah, so for that reason, I am wearing my Reborn body skin. I think it's the Juicy Muse. But yeah, what can I say? So let's look at the two huts. So on my left, I've got the LaraX. Let me just put on my cursor. Okay, so I've got my LaraX on my left, and on my right I've got the old Maitreya HUD. Differences, I think the color is still roughly the same, but the Maitreya LaraX now has an X. It says Maitreya X body, mesh X body, and then the older one does not have an X. But when you open the HUD, you will open up on the Alpha tab. From the jump, you can see that even the Alpha shape is definitely different. I think this just goes to show the parts that were changed. While LaraX is still a new body, quote unquote, it is still Lara, but a more refined and better version of Lara. You can see that the bottom area has been worked on, the shoulders have been worked on. The older version had more broader shoulders, where the newer version has more narrower shoulders. So you have the ability to get them more narrower than you were able to in the older version. But you still have your selected alpha parts, and then obviously you could either hide all of it or show all of it. And then you still have your 5 alpha save slots. So that's for your outfits. If you wanted to alpha out a certain part and save that instead of doing it again and again, that's where the alpha save slots would come in handy. Then you've got your layers. I remember back when I used to wear the Lara body, I absolutely loved this part of the body. This is where your layer part, the things that you'll get in your folder, this is where they come in handy. So whether it is bomb clothing, whether it is tattoos, I don't really own any bomb items. I used to, I think I should at least get like the basic ones, but whether you had a top or, pants, this part would help to make it look a bit more realistic and not too bomb-like. What I did enjoy about this part was definitely the tattoos. You had the option to mix and match different tattoos, and you could place them literally any part of the body. Absolutely enjoyed that. Then we go to our skin and base. So you can see it is still the same. The only difference now is that in the older body we had the Glam Affair skins, whereas in the newer body we have the velour skins, and velour is actually kind enough to also have their fantasy tones, but you could also tint your body. So there's that. Obviously most people are now on picks on mesh or bomb, so your body is automatically set on bomb. You could obviously click this, but if you click this it breaks the body, and we don't want that. what else? Okay, so then there's the nip knobs. Obviously I can't show you guys that. Still the same, 3 different versions. You have original, hard, and puffy. Then you have the option to turn them on or off, and obviously tint the nip knobs. Then you've got your advanced section, your neck fix, your neck sizes. I will go into the advanced section later on, but for now your neck size all depends on the head that you wear, as well as the shape, how thick your neck is, but it mainly pertains to the head that you wear. So by default mine is on type 1. If I were to put it on type 2, there would be a crack. Okay, I don't know, I recently downloaded the new Firestorm, so I'm still playing around with stuff, but just put it on type 1. I think that's a 0 or an S, but yeah, just leave it at that. Then you've got your hands and your feet. So hands and feet still roughly the same. You've got your hands and feet nails, same colors. You've got your ankle lock. This is mainly for poses, I believe, so that your ankles don't look broken. Then you still have the nail shapes, still the same. I have mine on the stiletto ones, but I think this is almond. Yeah, almond, stiletto, got your short, medium, long. So that's your nails. Then we have your feet, still the same 5 feet positions with the left and right option. Then you've got your hand poses, and then you have the option to have hand pose circulation, or you could stop the animation. Then you have your miscellaneous tab, so that's where you have a new save state. You could reset scripts, delete scripts, redeliver the body. If you need information or help, you click that, or you could TP to the store. Now this is where I mentioned in the beginning of the video, if you wanted to get the new update, the new LaraX body, if you owned the old Lara, you would have to click the redeliver button and you would get the LaraX. So that's that. Now let's go to our advanced section. So it's still the same. You have your skin, your HD nip knobs, your glossiness, full bright and glow. So this is glow, this is bright, and then obviously glossiness, HD nip knobs, and all that. I did enjoy the material aspect of this body. You have wet, the wet option, there we go. So you have the wet option. So this is option 3, and I think Maitreya is the only body that currently has the wet material. I'm not sure if others do have. I think you just have to buy balm layers if you wanted to have a wet option. And then 2 is, I think, shine or gloss. I'm not sure, but all these things, especially the material aspect, it all has to do with your wind light and your light that you use. So that is something to take into consideration. And then obviously you have your settings. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, shiny. So yeah, you have your glossiness and your intensity. So this is to indicate how intense you want something to be, or how shiny you want it to be. Again, the same rule applies to your heads. Never touch the environment setting unless you know how to work it out. I am absolutely clueless with the setting, so I don't bother with that. If you play with the environment setting, you end up looking like a tin person, or very, very shiny, almost transparent. Unless it's the look that you are going for, I just recommend to stay away from that. Okay, so yeah, this is the Maitreya. So this is my shape that I quickly did. Maitreya is a slimmer body. You could make a bigger shape, a more curvier shape, but ultimately it is for those that prefer smaller booties, not too extravagant curves. Obviously, if you are trying to achieve a booty like the peach body, you can't expect to get the same results from Maitreya, because they have their own limitations, they have their own way of being done, or well, that's how I think it is. So all in all, it's a great body. Many people tend to compliment their knees. They like to say that, oh yeah, their Maitreya has amazing knees, and I do have to agree. They do have cute knees. Their feet as well. Love the feet. You can go big, you can go small. But again, skin makes all the difference. If you have a skin that is made for, the LaraX body, it's going to help in enhancing the shape and all that. So I'm not even wearing the right skin for this body, but so far I actually like it. Will I go back to wearing it? No. I did enjoy my time, but it's no more. But yeah, I mean, the creator did a great job. Again, just to re-emphasize, LaraX is a new body. Changes that were done were to the shoulder and the lower area. So if you owned the old Lara body, wearing pants will be a challenge unless you want to offer them out, because of the hip area as well as the booty. The booty can now get a bit bigger. You have more seamless curves. But yeah, the top as well. You have to make sure that the top you get is for LaraX, that are like spaghetti strapped. You will struggle because there is clipping that does happen, But if it's a long sleeve, you can get away with it. But I think by now there are so many creators that make for this body. Even on sales, you won't struggle to find items for this body because I think it's been a year now. But yeah, if you know, like to have a more slimmer shape, not too much showy, Maitreya is the one for you. And it's also one of the affordable bodies. I believe it's 2.7k, which is cheaper than most bodies on the grid. It is one of the cheaper ones, but also one of the most high quality ones. I think it's also important to mention that Maitreya has been in the game for a long time. I think maybe it's been 10 years or maybe even more. And so for the fact that the creator was willing to listen to the pleas of creators and other people and finally, release the X body, props to them. They seem to be doing very well. Many people are wearing it. Many people seem to be happy. Obviously, when it was still being rolled out, people were not happy. People were up in arms. But obviously, when you're not money, you cannot be liked or loved by everyone. But this is it for me. Hope this video wasn't too bad. I apologize for any lag or delay. Still working around with this new PVR 5-stone viewer. But yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Let me know if you guys want anything for me to check out. I'll probably will be back with another body review. But that's it. Take care, lovies. Bye bye.